We're live, but we're just in the prelude here.
Alright. Let me open up the stream as well.
Did it change? Saneto joins us. I should
You never uploaded it.
What?
The thumbnail.
Thumbnail? Let's change that, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Chase the
There we go.
man got the Lucci on there.
I'm gonna change it to my go-to thumbnail.
Goated. But yeah, we're on
It is go to
standby.
thumbnail.
Alright, let's just start, huh? You good? Everyone good?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
That's the end of the show, really. The cables, mate.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 262 of the Reforce Podcast. Remy Tate, Christian Tolado,
Hello.
and also joining me, special Jojo correspondent, the man.
We are still muted.
Well, we are not still muted.
Are we?
He's saying he's pressing keys. I don't know what he's doing.
Are we?
I didn't even do
muted?
anything.
We are indeed not
No,
muted.
you're fine.
Christian just fucked me for no reason.
I don't know.
Who knows what's going on? Sen. Senator 99
What's
Rich
up?
joins us, friend of the show. Mentioned quite a bit on the show.
He is a reoccurring character on the show. We
Yeah.
do roast him for his Twitter takes.
Known as the Twitter goon.
Now, who is the greater Iraqi fan? Who's the greater Iraqi sucker? Is it Sen or Christian?
Gotta
I'm
be-
gonna,
gotta be me.
I'm gonna have to give it to Sen.
Okay.
Because Sen has encyclopedic knowledge of JoJo. I do not.
Right.
I do. I'm not on that level. All right. I would say I have more One Piece knowledge. Sen has more JoJo knowledge.
Okay.
That is
That's what
true.
I would say. So we got in Senator99 Wrench.
Yes.
Follow him on Twitter, Twitch.
We're going to talk about a miracle today, Christian, in multiple ways.
First thing I want to say,
You want to get
you've
shot?
been
Do you want to get shot?
an absolute piece of shit this entire part 6
This
run.
part 6 is not good. We'll
Alright.
get into it, alright?
You've been a complete piece of shit this entire run. And what have I kept
That
on
is true.
saying?
Get to the end.
The ending is pure insanity. And was I correct?
The ending is a miracle on many
Araki's a
levels.
miracle worker.
Araki went to the Vatican.
Araki shows his mastery of storytelling by pulling this off.
This is what Araki did, right? He was in the mud. He's
So
like,
he-
God. He was like, God help me. How do I pull my worst part by far out of the mud to make
Part
it
one.
to make it goaded?
Okay.
And the God whispered in his ear, Christian, because he is a man who was on the golden path.
You know what God said? He said it is time to return back to the roots.
To return to the Renaissance.
To
Christian.
return to the start. What started it all, Eric? We'll get to part 7 predictions later.
Okay. For
Timeline.
me, because obviously you and Sen know.
Yeah, alright.
Do you
As
do
it-
you, do you and Sen want to speculate on the Jojo in Part 9 news, or what do you want to do about that?
Jojo Land's coming. We get a little boat, we get a little ocean.
You want to give the people a spoiler alert, Christian?
No,
Got no islands in the back.
it's promotion.
Okay, what do we think it's going to be about?
It's going to be about an adventure to New Guinea to go to the source of the Rokakaka. That's all I can really think of. What else would it be about?
Sen, do
I
you,
would definitely say it's probably gonna be more in line with part 3 and 5, where we're traveling a lot.
Yeah.
do you have a
Jojo
crew? Is there a
lands.
crew, Christian?
We have a confirmation.
There will definitely be a crew.
We have a confirmation that it would be a descendant of Joseph Joestar.
What does that mean for the
There
people?
we go.
Joseph's in part 8, right at the end, last 2 chapters. Makes it a cameo appearance. He's in
In
Japan.
a flashback.
Yeah.
Now, which Jojo will return, Christian? Who's the Part 9 protagonist going to be? A new guy or a returning man?
The fan wish slash speculation
Right.
is the twin combo, Jono and Jolene.
Are they going to fuse or?
No, they're just twins.
No, they're not gonna fuse.
Okay.
Imagine Golden Wind in the new style, Eric.
Well,
Could
I
you
don't know about
imagine
the
it?
new style. I haven't seen the new style.
All I'm saying is, Eric,
But these are gonna have the same stand though.
it'll be different. It'll be kind of similar but different. Just like the
Does
other
Gappy
stands.
have a similar stand?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, he's got a fusion stand. Don't ask me.
About
Alright?
Gappy.
Don't ask me about Gappy. Also known as
We'll
Josuke.
also talk about stand rules in this part as well because
We don't.
I don't know what's going on.
Here we go.
I don't know what's going on with these rules, man.
But Eric, let me ask you this question.
I
Alright.
put this on. All right.
Let me ask you first. Let me ask you this question. If you go too close to zero, nothing exists.
Right.
But if you go to the point right before zero, then then there's space for endless possibility.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
That's definitely some Iraqi.
What do you think about the infinite spin?
I'm ready for the infinite spin. I've heard many tales about the infinite spin.
You know, there are many Twitter masters that have this technique, the infinite spin.
You know what I muted
You know.
today on Twitter, by the way?
What?
3 words.
What?
AR,
Yeah.
Elon,
Elon, yeah.
and Twitter.
That's it.
I'm sick to death of seeing Elon's doing this to Twitter. I'm sick of seeing the retweets and the screen.
Send your Twitter master. How do you feel about Elon?
Ooh, I actually don't mind Elon. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
See, because Sen,
He's making it interesting.
Sen is a man of dreams, Crucial.
That's right.
Sen is still a man with hope.
But Seth, let me ask you
Yeah.
this: do you believe in gravity?
Yes, I do.
That's right.
God.
All right, we'll get it. We'll get into
As
the,
we should.
We'll get into the gravity. All right, let's get into the show. All right.
Christian's taking copious notes, actually.
First of all, I want to shout out the Jojo Wiki
You're right. Helping your
for
boy out.
helping me out with these fights and these stand names. You know, the
How
Sons
Jojo
of
Wiki-
Dio. I always forget their names.
God, I forgot the Sons of
Alright.
Dio.
How did you
Oh,
forget
oh
the
my
Sons of
God.
Dio? Alright? It's the first half of this batch. Alright? Best stand fights in part 6. They're better than all the prison ones. Do you agree, Sid?
I'm gonna have to think about that.
I don't agree with all the fights. I still think the Planet Waves fight in the prison with the guard.
Yeah.
I think that one is better than some of them. Not all of them, but some of
Okay.
them.
But would you agree that Araki steps up the game after the prison?
For sure.
What do you have to say?
listen.
What do you have to say?
Araki, you don't need to have a stand battle to make a point.
You've read the book. You have the book on the shelf somewhere.
Yeah,
It's
it's up
somewhere
there.
on the
It's up top
you got the
left,
book
right
on the
there.
shelf, alright? The Royal Road. There must always be action, there must always be hype.
There must
Alright.
always be rising tension.
That's right,
Rising
you gotta have
action.
fight.
Not,
Araki-
not necessarily a physical fight.
Araki always does fights. You complain Ori doesn't do enough fights. Araki does all the
When
fights.
have I ever said that?
Hawk
That's
and
on
skip.
me.
Hawk and Skip.
That's not
Law
me.
Skip.
Who?
Law.
Law.
Law vs. Hawk and Skip.
I've never complained about
Oh, we're
skipping
talking
a
was a
fight.
skip.
Alright?
Alright. Do you want to do general thoughts about part 6
No.
before we get into it? We're just going to go through it.
We're just gonna go through it. Because
Because Christian wants to escape everything and just get
we're gonna go
to-
through the arcs.
made in heaven.
We're gonna go through every fight, every arc. Alright? We got a few notes for every
It's
fight.
all build up to the end.
That's right.
Alright.
Small reveals in each one that leads up to the end.
Jolene and the gang have escaped prison. We are free
Right.
from the Stone Ocean, Eric. Title drop. Alright?
Okay.
There you go. Now, Eric, do you want to ponder in a minute for the title Stone Ocean? Do you want to ponder on that?
What about it? Hmm?
It's obviously related to the prison.
Yeah.
Trapped.
Right.
An ocean of pure stone. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to travel. It's almost like they're stuck in an endless battle, in an endless sea of stone. Nowhere to go. But Eric, we're gonna break that cycle.
Right. I don't know what
Decide.
you're saying. What's Christian talking about, man? He's saying something.
He's getting somewhere.
Yeah,
Now,
Chris,
the
we're
name of
gonna get-
Jolene's
we're going.
stand.
Stone
See, this
free.
parallels Jolene's
Exactly.
stand name. Stone free.
We're gonna get to that. You
Breaking
interrupted.
free from the stone.
Breaking free
and the
from what? The
shackles.
stone? Would we say in the stone is
No,
Christian?
breaking free not only from the stone ocean, but from gravity
But
and
The
are you-
space.
stone is many things. The stone is many
But
things.
you say the
It's-
stone is a metaphor for Araki's own prison, and he breaks free of it.
Eric, is the stand called in part 5 that has to do with fate?
I can't fucking
Rolling
remember.
Stone.
Right.
It's a rock. Stone, Eric.
Fate, I get it.
Carving stone. Like the statue of David, Eric. Carving one's fate.
Okay.
Alright, so
You should have gone with the commandments and the whole
Whatever,
theme of that. Your metaphor got mixed up.
it doesn't matter, alright? Because Jolene stands stone free, she's gonna escape. Also, Eric, stone. What else is stone in Jojo?
With the arrow?
The stone mask from part 1. Dio. Usurping the Jojo bloodline. Of course.
I thought you weren't going to do general things. I thought you were just going to go through the plot points.
I'm just giving you a little.
Now,
I'm just
ladies
giving you
and
a
gentlemen,
little taste, a
now-
little teaser.
Like, I think Christian's building. He's gonna railroad this entire podcast to avoid all criticism of this part.
No. All right.
I will go through all the criticism.
Pucci
You will go through it.
has run into the Sons of Dio, Eric.
By happenstance.
By gravity, not by happenstance.
Yes,
By
gravity.
gravity.
Of course. Do you believe in gravity?
The 3 shooting stars of 3 Sons of Dio.
Dio just spreading his seed.
A classic Dio.
Purpose? To defeat
Legacy.
the Joestars?
Legacy, Eric.
Right.
It's all about legacy.
Where's Jono fit into this?
Let's not get into that. We'll get into that later.
Jono is
One
also
kid?
the fourth son of Dio.
But he inherits the Joestar will, Eric.
So do all these other
These
men.
goons
But
don't have the
Giorno, but Giorno
these
has
other-
the golden will.
Right.
Jordan has
correct.
the golden will. These goons do not have the
He won't be
golden
influenced
will.
by Pucci. His will is above Pucci's.
Now, do we think Araki's gone for some kind of theme with these guys? Because they all have a different hang up about why their life is shit. Is he going for some
They
kind of...
are
Yeah, they're
the
all
classic.
failures. They're all failures.
They're like prime evils
They,
kind of
no,
situation.
they are all people who blame their happenstance
Right.
and not
That's what I
go for their dreams, Eric.
They don't have the resolve to defeat fate. They have
Exactly.
some kind of
They don't have the resolve.
Hey, Araki, I understand the theming and what you're going for. Each one has a very specific thing,
That's right.
but the fights are not required to make a point.
Yes, they are.
Oh my god.
Alright. So Pucci runs into him, he recruits them. Do you believe in gravity? Of course, Ango. Is his name? Angolo.
Right.
It's Angolo, right?
Ungaro.
Angalo?
Yeah.
Angalo?
Yeah.
Something like that. Almost kills Pucci. But Pucci lets a nice slip in his neck.
Right.
Why, Eric? Because he knows he can now die.
This is fated.
This is fate, this is gravity. He has the will, he has the resolve.
Now let me ask you a specific question
Yeah.
that might get into for some kind of philosophical argument.
Okay,
We might be here all day, so
okay.
get ready. Alright.
Let's do it.
Pucci says a lot about fate.
Yep,
Had the Joestars aid his fate.
yep.
Is Pucci just indeed enacting the Joestar will/fate? Is
No.
he the cog in their
You
machine?
see, Eric, those who can try to control fate always end in death.
It's
Always
like Jono.
end. Well, Jono had to defeat the evil by controlling fate. So he's allowed to do it because he has the golden will.
Right.
Of course, how can you forget the song? It's in the song.
Right.
The piano music, Eric. Remember that? From part 5.
Remember, fate doesn't always favor the Joestars. It always favors the good.
That's right.
The one with the strong resolve.
The one with the strong resolve.
The strongest resolve
Yeah.
has the highest amount of
So
gravity.
my question to you is,
Yeah.
did Jolene always have the highest resolve?
No. Throughout the series, Jolene gets the
resolve.
Joestar will.
The resolve.
As we can get to Jolene's character, best Jojo is Jolene, and that's hands down. We can get to part 7, Johnny, which is it's kind of a similar arc there, but
My favorite. My favorite.
Johnny's got a good arc. All right, it's all about freedom, Eric, which you might appreciate.
I might appreciate
You might
that.
appreciate
I
that.
don't know about this fate shit, but whatever.
Johnny's is about redemption,
Anyway,
though.
regardless of Pucci and his fate, I feel we'll talk about how the messaging might get a little bit mixed here
Alright.
with how Pucci fails eventually. But
All right. After a 3-day time skip,
yes,
we got Anusui and Weather on the road. They're in the back of this truck where they help this guy out. The guy gives them a ride. It is what it is.
yeah.
They're going to Cape Canaveral, Eric. Kennedy Space Center for the time of the new moon, where gravity is at its strongest, Eric. You gotta keep that information in mind.
Actually, that's
I
where
don't
gravity is
know.
at its weakest.
weakest or the
It's where
strongest.
gravity is at its weakest. Yeah.
Weakest. My bad, Eric.
Right.
At its weakest. But you gotta keep that in mind for the reveal later on in the part. Alright.
Yes.
weird shit starts to happen, Eric. This little gremlin running around. Things are missing from the comic book. It's Pinocchio, Eric. What's going on here? Cartoons are coming to life. All types of things are going crazy, Eric.
Right.
It's Angalo and his stand ability, Bohemian Rhapsody.
We don't need to describe this fight.
I'm not going to describe this fight. You got many characters coming to life, but of course we have to talk about the differences, Eric. A lot of differences here. Of course, Araki calls that Mickey Mouse,
Right.
Disneyland. You can't be doing that. Alright? So WB comes in, changes it to Batman. Changes it to a certain famous amusement park.
Right.
Alright?
Yep.
The classic Oda line.
Right.
Alright?
A certain man.
A certain man.
Yeah.
Now, you know, when the report talks to Van Gogh into writing his own original character.
That's right.
To suck all the stuff up.
The classic, my guy has all the powers.
Right.
Yeah.
What was Araki's point in this fight?
See, Eric, is it about plagiarism and
Right.
originality? Because Ongalo has no originality. He's a fucking bum. Alright? He's stealing other characters. He's stealing them away from their creators and turning them against people, Eric.
Okay.
And how's Weather beat him? He's an original character. He's on will. He doesn't steal the will, Eric. Of other creators. He makes his own thing and he beats it. Is that the message?
What was the whole Van Gogh section?
Oh, you know, Araki likes art. You know?
Okay.
Araki likes art.
That was just a Rocky
And
nonsense.
what's Anastasia supposed to learn from this situation?
She's just fighting, you know, he's just having fun.
Okay, so right.
Yeah,
He's just part of it.
He's just
you know?
involved.
You just
Okay.
helping out
he's involved.
Weather. It's a build a crew dynamic.
I know we've talked about this before, but the powers in this season are so.
This is a good stand. How is this not a good stand?
Yeah, but it's got that like aspect where like there's two different versions of you because you're in your own story.
Yeah.
But like why is this happening for no reason?
Yeah, you know.
It's like an added level of complexity for no reason.
Yeah. Also, Araki straight up roast Japan. He's like, yeah, Japan got some cool designs, but they're overrated.
They're just all flashy. They're
overrated.
He also screwed over Japan by having Kenshiro and and Rao just destroy it.
Yeah.
In canon.
Alright, so that's the first son of Dio.
First son of Dio. Defeated by Weather. He loses all his will after he loses his
What was
thing.
his
Back to
what
despair.
was his plague that he never
Drugs.
had a mentor or something?
Drugs?
Right, but he never had like a mentor to tell him that he's good, so
Yeah,
now that he has a purpose.
He's just a bum, Eric.
Right.
Araki hates
Bum,
bums.
drug
Get
Who
him out
doesn't
of
hate a
here.
bum?
Yeah, that's true.
Who doesn't hate a bum?
Everyone hates bums, Eric. Get him out of
No,
here.
Stan, you gotta have will.
You gotta have that strong will.
You need will. You need resolve.
That's right.
And he didn't have it. That's why he said back to despair when he lost.
That's right. He's just like, fuck it, I'm done.
Did he die, or is he just like?
No,
void?
he's just like about
No,
to
he's
do
just, like,
drugs. He lost
back
his
to
will, Eric.
Right.
He had temporary will.
He lost his will. No will.
Temporary will.
Because he failed Pucci.
Because he failed. Right? He got defeated. His stand got defeated. Alright. That's that fight, Eric. Next, Jolene. Hermes and Emporio. The Flying Rods, Eric. With, what's his name? His name is,
Before that, they go back to a certain someone's house.
oh yes, Romeo, Eric. Did you enjoy this scene with Romeo? Where Jolene's like, fuck you.
Jolene does get her revenge, but then Romeo's like, I'm sorry.
But Romeo is a simp.
Right.
But Jolene doesn't...
Jolene's like,
Jolene's
alright, but
Jolene
also
has
fuck you.
evolved past
The Romeo man.
the Romeo.
Yeah.
She's not in that childlike lovesick state anymore. She's become a real woman. She's got the Joestar will.
She's got a greater purpose.
She doesn't want revenge. She wants resources to get the
She does get revenge though.
Hermes gets revenge for her. She doesn't get, you know...
She's like, still do it though.
She gets a little bit of revenge, alright?
Okay. So I don't know if
She's
she's
not afraid from
evolved
murder,
fully
alright?
past it.
That's a little bit of revenge. But she's there to get the resources.
Now, are you gonna claim that Anastasia evolves his will enough to marry Jolene? Is that what you're gonna tell me?
See, the marriage thing is weird. I never felt like it was developed enough.
What would be the purpose of that? He
I
proves
guess
his
it's more about a
devotion?
comment on Jolene about how she's so powerful and has the will. Therefore, he's attracted to her and wants to marry her. I think that's what it is. I think it's more to say about Jolene than Anasui.
It's definitely more about Jolene.
Yeah.
I don't know what Araki's trying to get at with this whole quirk of this season with these two.
Yeah.
Although shout out that rose scene, classic.
The last batch.
Very sexual.
Yeah.
Very sexual.
Definitely meant to be some comedic aspect as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not in
sort
this
of.
part. It's not really.
Not in the last batch.
Yeah.
Maybe the batch before, but yeah.
So we are fighting Requiem. Is it Requiem?
Yeah.
Riku.
Yeah,
Requiem,
Requiem.
yeah.
What do you think about this design, Eric?
First of all, do you want to talk about the shellfish scene where it's like 5 minutes of him describing this fucking shellfish dish and how allergic he is to it and shit?
That comes after.
That comes after.
Okay.
Alright? He's allergic to shellfish, alright? You gotta remember that, Eric.
Talking about the fine paste.
Iraqi nonsense. You gotta love the Iraqi nonsense, alright? So we're fighting this man and he stand the rods, Eric. What do you think about the rods? What do you know about the rods?
Araki explained it's some odd phenomenon.
It's a conspiracy theory that is confirmed fake
Right.
these days.
Yeah.
But back in the day, camera artifacting, people thought it was like
Some kind of species.
extremely fast organism
Right.
that can fly around. But no, it's just a camera artifact. So these rods, they fly around, they can lower your body temperature in specific areas and causing bodily malfunctions.
Right.
Jolene lights herself on fire
Resolve.
because she has the resolver.
Doesn't old mate light himself on fire too?
But yeah, because
In order to beat him?
Yeah. And Jolene wins.
And what was this man's affliction?
Wasn't he like... Well, it was some weird shit.
I grew up shitty or something?
No, that's Versus.
Right.
Versus has bad luck.
No,
and he blames the
he
world.
grew up with his bad eye,
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. People made fun of him.
and
for
he's
his eyes.
he's always stressed and having panic attacks
Right,
because
right,
of it.
right, right.
Yeah, he's got anxiety. Eric,
He's
he's got
got
anxiety.
Anxiety.
What do you think of
Araki has no time.
Rocky has no time for anxiety.
No sympathy.
No time for bad luck. No time
Only
for
resolve,
drug
only
abusers.
will.
He only has time for Will, Eric.
He has self-worth issues, but then he gets that result
is
from the fight
Araki
as well
not-
himself.
That's right.
Araki has some based ideas.
Rocky does not give a fuck.
Araki doesn't care.
Alright. You're gonna have the Will, Eric, to make your life
Oda
better.
doesn't care either.
Exactly.
All these men kind of like, fuck off.
Yeah, because they're fucking working 200 hours a week.
Yeah, they're like, I'm done.
Deadlines.
Stop.
It's crazy, right? So, Rikyo is defeated, and now we're moving on, Eric. To the hospital. We made it to the hospital.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of fucking the shellfish. I'm allergic to, the classic
The
Iraqi
senses of
nonsense.
the man. He's got high level senses.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that, alright? But now, we're going to the hospital, Eric.
Is this one of the most arbitrary stands there is?
What? The memory one.
Yeah, digging up memories of the past of the ground.
It's probably the coolest one out of the three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause of the
very broad
situation.
concept.
Yeah.
Odd concept.
You can dig up the memories from the
But
ground.
before
right?
that,
Yeah.
Rikyo gives us a little reveal
That's
about
right, of
Pucci
course.
and Weather Report.
They are
What did you think of that?
siblings.
Right.
Did you anticipate that?
No, but it also didn't do anything for me.
The flashback? We can get into the flashback, Eric.
We'll talk about
We can get into the flashback.
Very important flashback.
Alright? We'll get into the flashback, alright? So, of course, Hermes actually gets a W against Rikyu. But whatever. We're moving on to the hospital. We are gonna go fight Versus. We get into the hospital room. There's a hole in the ground. Go down the hole. And now we're stuck in an airplane. How do we escape this airplane? Well, the answer is you call up
Emporio. And he
Emporio.
uses his ghost
He
computer.
pulls out the ghost computer
Right.
and looks it up.
How does the ghost computer connect to the ghost internet?
There's ghost internet, alright? Don't worry about
Ghost
it.
internet.
Yeah, it's the
Ghost Wi-Fi
internet.
is very strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
He looks it up. He finds out that there were a couple survivors. Jolene and Hermes take their place. They beat the stand, alright?
But there's no twist.
Versus, little salty about Pucci. Who is this man? Fuck this guy.
I'm the best.
I'm the chief, alright?
I'm doing all the work here.
So he gives Weather Report his stand back.
Right.
And that's when all shit hits the fan, Eric.
And his memories.
We're now in the heavy weather section of this part.
Oh god.
I said weather
This is the
was
start
gonna
of
get.
insanity.
I said weather was gonna get absolutely stupid. You could not anticipate this.
Let me get this right.
Yeah.
Let me get this correct.
No one. By the way, no one knows what Araki was cooking with this.
Let me get this
What the
correct.
fuck?
Let me see if I understand what Araki's saying.
All right.
People see the rainbow,
Yeah.
and within the rainbow there is subliminal messaging,
Yeah.
which indeed turns them into snails. Because they think they're snails.
Yes.
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 And also the ozone layer, which is made of oxygen, and the earliest organism was 3 oxygen cells. Therefore, it actually turns you into a snail. No one knows what Araki was
What
cooking.
is this?
No one knows what Araki was cooking.
It's also not a cool ability. Like, I don't know why he's trying to make it hype. It's not a cool ability.
It
I would
essentially
say-
why
takes
is
the
he
concept of
Yeah, go on.
the popcorn in the movie theater, right? He gives the example of the popcorn in the movie theater and how
Yeah.
seeing the popcorn makes you hungry. So he pretty much does
Yeah,
that.
but you don't transform into
But he takes it
into
to the
popcorn.
ultimate extreme.
You don't transform
Except,
into popcorn.
except he takes you to the ultimate extreme.
Why did
where
they have to turn
he
into
gives us-
snails?
That's just the
Why
Rocky
couldn't they
part,
just be
the
like
snails part.
zombified by like the flashing of the rainbow? Or whatever?
Yeah, well, what about the snail eaters, the
That's
snail
the
snuckers, Eric?
I don't know where those came from. They just turned
The
up.
Florida heat.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just around in Florida.
Why can't he just shoot lightning out of his hands? Why does he have to?
He could. He actually does that in the manga. They actually skip that scene. He does
Yeah,
that.
they
in the
skip
manga.
that scene in the manga.
Okay.
He like turns evil for like 10 minutes. And he's like fucking around. He like picks up women and then
Yeah.
shocks them.
Yeah.
You know. Well, there you go.
An odd way to go with a weather ability. I'm gonna say that.
Pucci versus weather.
Interesting fight.
Interesting fight. Pucci removes his eyes with his stand disc. White snake.
Right.
And then, you know, they fight. Blood, freezing the blood. All kinds of shit's happening.
Do we get the flashback here?
We do with the manga, alright? Alright, how do you explain this succinctly and without a million caveats, alright?
This is the
Alright, I wrote some notes about this, alright? Alright, so basically, we should do the Dio flashback first.
Okay.
Alright?
The
Of
good
course,
the good part of the flashback.
the Dio flashback. Pucci and the seminary. Is he in Italy now or is he back in America? I think he's in Italy. At this point.
This is.
Because he's in the seminary.
Yeah, he's like grandmother was whatever was like
Yeah.
part of the seminary, and he went to Italy. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's in Italy right now
Right.
with Dio. Of course, Dio's here. Alright?
Why is he like a weird wizard in the fucking
Because it's Dio.
in the like?
He's a
in the
vampire.
anime. But he's got like that cartoon whoosh sound.
He's a vampire.
that was funny.
I was
That
like,
was funny. I
what
didn't
is-
expect
Why
that.
is he like this weird wizard?
He's a vampire. He's a vampire lord. Right? So, Eric, of course, Pucci meets Dio. Pucci's surprised that Pucci did not rat him out.
Right.
In this prison, I could be a thief. I could be a murderer. But you have taken pity on me. Why? Because Pucci has a fucked up foot and he feels bad for the poor and the downtrodden. Eric.
Right.
And Dio says the famous line that started the whole thing, Eric.
Right.
Do you believe in gravity? And Pucci believes.
Should a man of God believe in gravity?
That's the contradiction, Eric.
Right.
Gravity
that
is
the
God.
contradiction.
In Pucci's eyes. Gravity is God. As we go back even further in
But
the part,
Pucci is indeed a holy man. He does know that God gave man their own will to choose.
exactly, but Eric, despair. As we'll get into the other part of the flashback.
Okay.
So Pucci returns from the seminary, Eric.
Shout out that weird foot scene, by the way. He's just kind of rubbing his foot.
Kind of sexual,
Oh,
it's weird.
They're always kind of sexual.
It's always kind of sexual with Pucci and Dio, but,
Yeah.
you know. Fixes his foot
Yes.
with his vampire magic. You
Shout
know.
out the vampires.
Gives him the arrow, Eric,
Right.
for later. You'll know when to use this arrow. Gravity will tell you
That's
when
right.
to use it. Alright.
And there we enter.
Now we enter the flashback. So, at birth, Pucci's mother, right,
Yes.
stole a baby and replaced the dead baby with no, it's not Pucci's mother, some random mother.
A random one, some random mother, yeah.
It's confusing. Right? So a random mother stole a twin and replaced it with a dead twin. Alright? And the sister of Pucci is that twin, other twin. The sister and then the brother. Pucci's the older brother.
How are you fucking this up so badly?
It's fucking
Let me do it.
Okay.
So a mother swaps Pucci out for one
A
of
mother
the...
swaps Pucci out.
Okay.
A
A mother swaps a baby out.
It's not Pucci.
She steals she steals Weather.
Yeah.
And she puts the dead baby with Pucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Right? Perla's not born at this point, by the way.
no, she's born later.
Yeah.
That's what I was
she's
getting
born later.
confused.
So she's not she's so she's not in this
That's
right
what
now.
the story is. Alright? So a baby was switched out. There's a biological
And it's
brother out there.
It's
It's
poor
Weather.
and shit, and he's rich and all that
all
stuff.
that kind of stuff, alright? But Pucci's sister is unknowingly dating her own biological brother.
Right.
Weather Report. Also known as Wes.
Right.
Alright? So she's dating Wes. Pucci finds out via the mother that stole the baby in the confession.
Confession box.
He doesn't know what to do, Eric.
Now he's conflicted.
Because the confession is a holy
He's bound by God.
He's bound by God. He cannot tell. He cannot reveal the secret. Alright? So he goes to a private investigator to sort it out. It turns out, out of nowhere, this private investigator
What was the PI gonna do, by the way?
sort it out.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it, alright?
Pucci's
Break
still
him up.
indirect.
Just break him up.
Pucci's still indirectly
And that's the issue, Eric. We'll get into
involved.
Alright, we'll get into that.
So,
So Pucci's like, break it up. Alright? Pucci's like, sort it out. It turns out that this PI
he's a racist.
is a racist and part of the KKK, Eric.
In Florida.
In Florida. A deep hatred.
What is this, 60s or 70s? 60s, 70s, something like that?
86?
80 something,
86?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
There's a deep hatred that lingers within the South, as Iraqi says, alright? This guy is from the KKK. He goes to lynch Pucci. Pucci gets lynched, but he doesn't die, alright?
Right.
And then Perla sees this.
Are you saying Weather or Pucci? The guy who gets
No,
lynched?
Weather. Yeah.
Weather gets
Weather.
lynched.
This guy.
Weather gets lynched.
Okay, there's a lot of names. There's a lot of names.
Right.
Alright? So Weather gets lynched. Alright, a lot of racist shit going on here.
Yeah.
Weather gets lynched. Perla sees this. She's beside herself. She kills herself. Pucci doesn't know what to do, Eric. Pucci fucked up. If only he knew the
outcome.
future, he could make the right choice, Eric. If only if he knew the outcome, he could make the right choice.
Now, Pucci, the correct choice was to break up the incest.
He tried, and he fucked it up by
By his own hands.
randomly running into
I'm sure
a KKK PI.
No, I'm sure the confession. I'm sure incest is more of a sin than the confession box.
No, the confession box is sacred. Full stop. You don't break the confession box. That's
true.
between the person and God. It's confidential. Alright? So Pucci fucked it up. Alright? If only if he knew the future, he could make the right choice, and he could avoid this despair. And that's what he unlocks his standing.
And then the meme.
Yeah.
Do you believe in gravity?
Do you believe in gravity? He remembers.
Do you feel like the whole sister death thing is like some kind of parallel to Romeo and Juliet?
Kinda. I
Maybe.
guess. But
Because she kills herself, but she's not really dead.
But he's not really
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
She did have Romeo.
tragedy, Eric. Pucci, tragedy. Alright? Absolute tragedy.
The arrow flies through his chest,
Of course.
giving
Classic.
him the Joestar mark.
Mark.
Why?
Now, Pucci having the Joestar mark is
Why
very
does he have the Joestar mark?
He gets it from the Green Baby.
Yeah, that's because he's
Why
fused
does
with the
Weather
Green
have
Baby
it?
who had it.
Well,
Weather has it because Pucci has it and they're twins.
What?
Eric, alright. Do not, Eric, we're gonna go into how stands work and how the Joestar bloodline works.
Okay.
Alright, if you insert yourself into the Joestar bloodline, your bloodline also gets the birthmark.
Right.
Yeah?
Even if you're living.
Even if you're already living.
No,
You get the birth
no,
rate.
no, no. This is a concept called psychic links, which are actually prevalent even outside the Joestars. So if you look at in part 3, Enyaba,
Did
the
they
old
explain
lady,
this in the
when
plot,
she
or
got
was it just like a thing?
It's
yes,
explained.
When?
Here and there.
when she got injured, the hanged man Jay Gaio, he also got injured at the same time.
Yeah.
The same thing. When Jolene, remember that blood and it wrote Jolene on her arm?
Yeah.
The same thing happened to Jotaro.
Yeah. Okay.
And then here, the same thing.
Also,
Strong familial bonds have like these psychic
Right, but
links.
is
that-
it
Also, like-
explicitly explained, or is it just like a thing?
That's explained. It's like kind of just there. It's explained a little bit in part 4. A little
Yeah.
bit with Enya.
Okay.
But
Not a massive thing.
not a massive thing, just a thing, right? So,
Yeah.
also, Dio and Jotaro, as Jotaro gets the stand, because Dio got the stand.
yeah.
And they're leads
Joseph
because
as well.
of, you know, and Holly.
Because of the bloodline.
Gets fucked
etc.
up, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the bloodline, right?
He gets his stand.
He's a stand White Snake, and he gets rid of his... Because heavy weather's coming out, he stops it, steals away weather.
Right.
There you
Has
go.
to erase his memory. He's too dangerous.
His memories are too dangerous, Eric.
He wants to kill him as well. Now,
That's right.
and then, Weather Report dies. Sad.
Then we go back to the future. Fucking Versus interrupts the fight. The car comes in. Fucking Pucci uses this opportunity to kill Weather. Weather dies. The
When-
final hit
Right.
is where Pucci pulls out the stand disc.
Right.
And but Weather managed to wrestle it off him and store it away
Where?
on his body. Alright? Jolie picks it up, gives it to Emporio. Hey Emporio, use this
When you need to.
when you need to.
Let-
Eric, we call this in the business foreshadowing.
Anyway,
Foreshadowing.
let me go back to Weather's death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you feel anything? Did
Yes.
you feel something
When
when
I
Naracha dies? You feel something when Abakuro dies?
I felt more in the manga, but I don't know why the anime
Yeah,
didn't
same.
put more emphasis on it.
I was so bamboozled and perplexed by the flashback I just witnessed.
How is it confusing?
It's not confusing. It's just like this scenario is so like arbitrary, weird. I can't emotionally connect to it at all.
Just sad things
It's
happen.
like, what are we trying to do here? It's like caveat on top of caveat on top of caveat.
Eric, it's supposed to build up the thing of what the fuck choice do you make? There is no right choice until you know the future, and then you can make the right choice. It's Pucci's whole motivation.
The main question
I-
of that
I
flashback was
understand-
who was wrong,
I
who
understand,
was truly
but,
wrong.
But Sen, I understand the message and the point.
Yeah.
Araki
Yes.
gets there. Like Kushin likes to talk about story economy.
Yes.
Araki gets to that question in such a roundabout way. The scenario is stupid.
Well, he's trying to show in real time that it's a complicated situation, and no one could foresee the right answer because it's a complicated situation.
Yeah, it's a chaotic order of events that makes Pucci question that question.
To me, I can't even relate to the scenario. So I'm like,
Okay.
like, Weather's mad. He doesn't even know it's his sister. Pucci's trying to like keep his memory off him.
Yeah.
He can't kill him because he's his brother.
Yeah.
But he kills him anyway because he's in the way of gravity.
Exactly. He's in the way of gravity.
He should have just killed him before.
No, Eric, you can't retroactively go back to when Pucci was still kind of alright. And then he fuses with the green baby, and he gets more savage. He gets more desperate to cause heaven to happen, Eric.
Yeah, but he also gets higher resolve
Yeah.
to get what he wants.
But also
He's gonna get what
remember,
he wants.
Jolene questions if she's the one who technically killed Weather because they crashed into them.
Yeah.
Right, but
So we actually don't know who got the final
I
blow.
wouldn't say this is the weakest death I've seen in JoJo because there's a few. Like, who cares,
I don't know why David Pro didn't put more sauce on this.
I think in the manga I felt this one way more than like majority of the part 5 ones. Because the part 5 one, like Abakio's, I did not feel anything for in the manga, but in the anime I did.
Yeah, because they fucking took
Same with
10
Narancia.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took like 10
They gave
minutes.
it the appropriate amount of time, Christian, the build up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the anime, not
Do
so
we want
much.
to talk about
but
their production in this season? Because I don't think this is their best season. Just in terms of production.
They saved all the sauce for the end. And you can see the sauce, Eric.
they did.
But like, I feel like the pace is off.
Yeah, they changed the order a lot in this part for some reason.
Yeah.
A lot of things are missing. A lot of things are in different order. I don't really know why they did that, but
Then we got the whole Netflix thing on top of that.
the Netflix interruptions, you know.
Wait, shout out Weather. He was cool until he disappeared because he's too OP, and then
Shout out Weather. We still got his will, Eric. His will
Right.
still lives. Within the
I feel like if
stand.
Weather was a part of the group the entire time, then he's too busted. You know,
He is fucking broken. All right.
He is broken.
he's a cool character. He's just
He's got like an A tier stand. All right.
Yeah.
he is busted.
All right. Now we're moving on, Eric, to Cape Canaveral.
Right.
Pucci has arrived, and his stand has evolved. It is now Sea Moon, but we'll find that out later.
Right.
Alright? We are chasing Pucci. We're on the road. But something fucking crazy happens, Eric. Gravity
Shifts.
shifts, and things start falling off the road. Jolene and...
Now is this localized to the area or is it in
yes,
general?
it's a fucking local bubble.
Okay.
Because it's like, there's like
Yeah.
a certain part of the road where it stops.
Right.
So, Hermes gets knocked away. Fucking Anasui and Jolene and Emporio use diver down to get to the fucking
Right.
Cape Canaveral, Kennedy Space Center.
Okay.
And then the Sea Moon fight starts. Door of the Sea Moon fight. Is it the best fight? Thoughts?
In the part, yeah,
That's right.
it's a good fight,
Great fight.
especially when Jolene evolves.
When Jolene evolved, the Morbius strip reveal.
I don't know why people thought this was
People don't like it.
Why?
It has a stigma in the community. People don't
It does.
like it because they think Jolene is too smart. But the Mew Mew fight where Jolene makes binary out of her stand
That's even smarter,
is
to be
even
honest.
smarter.
Yeah.
So,
It
I
was
know
even
I-
They're
smarter.
so that like I assume at this point the community just understands that every JoJo character ever knows everything about everything.
I'm just gonna assume that the Morbius
Yeah.
strip is kind of like an instinctual of evolution. I don't think she
calculate
thought about it. I think it's just like her will took over and found a way.
Infinite spin.
It's kind of
Right.
alright. The infinite symbol.
It looks cool as well.
Yeah.
Just the way it's animated.
Of course, the fight
Yeah,
continues.
they did it. They did it very well in the anime.
Yeah.
Jolene's kind of stomping Pucci. Pucci doesn't know what to do. So he grabs a gun. He's like, fuck it, I'll shoot you. Right? But then, Eric. I bet it's a world of action. It's Jotaro!
Hype
And they
man.
play the theme.
Right.
And you get hyped. Are you
Play
not
the theme.
hyped?
I was excited.
Everyone's hyped.
Why doesn't Jotaro one-shot it with Platty?
He's too far away.
We'll get
Too
we'll
far
get into
away.
it.
He's too far away.
He punched him in the mouth.
He's nerfed!
How
Eric,
nerve.
He's
There-
old man!
there's
He's
a couple of
nerfed.
reasons. He is canonically stated to be nerfed. Not nerfed, as in he is definitely weaker than his part 3.
How much weaker, bro?
He's weaker than part 4, he's weaker than part 4.
But he
We
kinda-
don't know.
but he
We
kinda-
just know he's not in
But
his
doesn't
prime.
he kind of get his time-stopping powers back to where they were in part 6?
5 seconds.
Because they were shitty
Yeah,
in 4,
it
right?
it increases.
Yeah.
No, so it increases the more you use it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
just like practice.
But the power
So
doesn't.
at the beginning of part 4,
When has
yeah,
power been
it was
ever
weak.
linked to age? Or rustiness?
Because he's still,
Not-
he's
no,
still
not-
fighting.
it's
He's
rustiness,
still
not
fighting.
age.
It's
Yeah.
rustiness, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's too busy doing his marine biology
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
to do stand fights. He's retired.
Investigating the children of Dio.
That's right. So, Jotaro's here, Eric. He arrived via Hermes stand, kiss. She threw a spear,
Spear
used
was
a
very
sticker.
fast,
Yeah, you
sure.
know how it is. Alright? And they're here, and they beat the shit out of Pucci, and they're about to win, Eric. Pucci gets smacked into a metal beam door thing. Whatever you want to call it. Like a
Right,
frame.
A beam, sure.
Frame, yeah.
He starts floating up, and he's like, I've worked it out.
Talking about fate.
Talking about fate, talking about gravity,
Right.
Jojo's. Jotaro stops time, he throws that spear, but Eric, it misses.
It's off.
It's slightly off.
No, is the implication that he's starting to evolve, therefore the time is a little bit off?
I guess.
Is that what we're trying to get
But
at?
also gravity.
You see,
Yeah,
Jotaro
remember-
complains about the time,
see-
not the gravity.
Yeah, but
There's
the
a
gra-
couple
it's
of like informational pages that are missing,
yeah.
like the stand stats and stuff. But if you see the one for Sea Moon, it describes how gravity is connected to time and fate. So if you can
Yeah.
control gravity, you can control time and
Okay,
fate.
so it's
itself.
more of a causality situation than a
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it misses. It cuts his ear off, and then Pucci gets to the space shuttle.
Classic.
And it's where he goes off. He's gonna kill this man, but it's too late, Eric. It's time.
He evolves.
Made in Heaven is here.
Shiny.
The horse, shiny Yu-Gi-Oh card comes out of his arm.
Right.
Alright? It's here. And it disappears, and some weird shit happens, alright? Wait, what happened?
News,
Where the fuck
news
is
is
he?
going on.
Time starts accelerating, Eric. It's getting
Right.
faster and faster. No one knows what's going on. People are getting smacked in the faces with baseballs. Fucking fake tits are falling out.
Right.
That's all in the anime.
Right.
Alright? They cut that one, alright?
Did Hermes fall it?
No.
Okay.
They're extra pockets, Eric.
Okay.
They're not... did she get any plans, Sen? I know she got the pockets. I think they're
For
just
who?
stuffed with cash.
No, they say they're abnormally large.
Yeah, because they're stuffed with cash.
Her breasts are stuffed with cash.
Yeah, Hermes.
Oh yeah.
They're stuffed with cash, Eric.
Right, and other.
She got those 50s in
contraband.
there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's odd.
She doesn't have fake titties,
Okay.
Eric. Alright? But, time is accelerating. Things are getting crazy, Eric. And then we see Pucci zipping around teleporting. Flashing.
Right.
He's giving everyone seizures. Alright? He's so fast. They don't know what the fuck's going on, Eric. He's too fast. Alright?
He's
So, they gather up, they try and work out how to beat him.
Abacur, fucking Anastasia. Anastasia
Yeah.
asked Jotaro for Jolene's hand in marriage. Jotaro's like, what are you talking about, man?
Jotaro's like, what the fuck?
He's like, are you stupid?
He's like, hey, shut up, bro.
He's like, what the fuck?
Shut up,
Put on
bro.
a shirt, man. Oh, come on.
What the fuck?
Shout out his pimp outfit, by the way. That's good.
We'll get to that, Eric.
Right.
Get to the ending, alright? So, they're getting surrounded. Anasui uses his stand to block block Pucci's attack by diving down into
Right.
Jotaro's body. Yeah, you know how it is.
They all stands could do that at some point now.
The pass radar, they can't,
Right.
whatever, alright?
Right.
Doesn't matter, alright? So,
No. Diver Down could absorb the energy though. That's the difference.
I mean, I guess, but it's
Right.
weird. But Hermes shoots a bullet, they fly off into the ocean. If we use the ocean, we can see the
Where he's
splashes
at.
of water
Right.
to know where he's at. They go to the ocean. Alright? They plan their attack. They're gonna execute their attack. Jotaro stops time, but oh no, Eric.
Foiled by the knives.
Classic Dio move.
The knives.
He dropped the knives on Jolene, Eric.
Right.
Drop the knives.
He dropped the knives, Eric. And what can a father do but not protect his daughter?
He knew this weakness.
He knew this weakness. He gets rid of the knives on. Gets rid
And
of the
everyone
knives.
proceeds to die.
And then
He
everyone proceeds
knew
to
it from
die.
the start of the
Right.
part.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's only really one left, Eric. Emporio. He's crying, he's screaming, what's going on? He doesn't know what the fuck's happening. And then a string picks him up and he starts flying away on the dolphin. Jolene isn't dead! The will still lives on, Eric. She throws that knife to spite him into his eye, cuts his
Right.
eye. That's right, that's what I think about your knife.
Right.
Alright? And then she proceeds to make the ultimate sacrifice to ensure victory.
Shattered a kung fu form.
Kung Fu pose. Of course, Jolene famously learned martial arts in a gang.
Right.
Alright? She also admits to her father that she stole a car, blah blah blah. We get the final farewell
Right.
to Jotaro. And she's fully evolved, Eric. And she's willing to face her own death head on. To give the future a chance. Alright?
Right.
And then Pucci can't catch up to Emporio because the dolphin swims at a certain speed. And Pucci
I'm
can't
not
swim
gonna
at a
bother
certain
trying to
speed.
explain. I'm just sure.
It's basically like a dolphin is always faster than a human, so Pucci could never catch up. Am I right, Sen?
that also Pucci would have to come up for air as well.
Yeah, Pucci has to breathe. Dolphin don't have to breathe, alright? And then, time just gets crazier. Days are going past, no one knows what the fuck's going
Let me
on.
ask you another specific question. I was under the impression that you're required to actually breathe for stands to work.
I mean, they're barely underwater. I guess they're underwater. They still got air in their lungs. Whatever.
Yeah, but don't stands disappear when you're not breathing? When you're holding your breath?
No,
No, not when you're holding your breath.
You just have to have breath.
Jotaro fought in part 3 against the underwater.
Okay.
stand.
Yeah. Also, the strings go away as soon as Jolene dies. So, you know.
Why can't weather report take out the oxygen in the air?
Because it's a full open area, Eric.
You can't just kill everyone.
And he'll kill himself. Yeah. He can't kill himself. The only reason why Emporio wins the fight at the end is because he's a child.
Right.
Alright, he's low on the ground or some bullshit, alright?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Yeah. But, time is accelerating. The fucking sky turns into a beam of light.
Shit.
Lasers. What
Hype.
the fuck is going on? Are you not entertained?
I'm excited.
The fucking oceans disappear. The earth splits up.
This isn't the best part of the part, though. We'll get to the best part.
The end.
Right.
Alright.
This is hype, though. this is
Everyone's
shining
flying.
hype.
The fucking universe is fucking going in on itself.
Right.
And then flash, Eric. We're back in the prison. What the fuck's going on?
What happened?
The universe
Reset.
itself.
We're back to where
And now we're back to where we are
What?
when the part started. And then we meet Bolene and
Jotaro.
Right. Clown versions.
Different characters.
Different characters there. And then Pucci starts to explain what the fuck happened. So basically, all those that are living when this universe restarts don't die, and they continue on, and they know what's going to happen in their lives. Therefore, they can be happy, Eric, because they know what will happen, and they can make the right choices. And they can anticipate the future, and truly be free and happy.
False.
That's why he's the villain, Eric.
Pucci's got a weird idea of what's going on.
And if he completely resets to the point of a
Is this
day,
Dio's
he's
plan,
completed
though?
it.
Is this what Dio envisions heaven as?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
So Dio,
Yeah. Explain.
we know he had his traumatic backstory,
Yeah.
and then he lost.
I mean, not really.
And then-
Dio's backstory is always kind of amazing.
His father's a bum. He hates his
It's,
father.
it's more fleshed out in the
Joe-
manga. It's more fleshed out
Joe
in the
starts
manga.
with good
but
to him, and he just fucks him for no
Yeah, because
reason.
he's spied. He's just spied.
That's so weird.
He's just spied.
It's
right?
fight.
Right.
He hates the world. You know. So, once in part 3, he changes his mindset and he comes to the realization that he wants his peace of mind. There's a certain panel of Dio saying he wants his peace of mind in part 3,
Right.
and how you will truly be at peace when you know your future and your fate, and you can just accept it and come to terms with it.
Yeah.
That's when you reach what is called heaven.
That's for him. What heaven is.
Yes.
Yeah, for him. And it also applies to Pucci with his backstory.
Right.
So we're restarting the universe. Pucci has to kill Emporio because Emporio cannot exist in his perfect universe. Alright, he's gonna go kill him. Alright. They run around the prison, they fuck around, they end up in the ghost room, Eric. And then Pucci's about to get the final blow. But with that punch he pushes in where the reports stand, Eric. And Emporio. So Eric, this is why the Emporio will was important earlier on in this part. We had to give Emporio the Joestar will with the Mew Mew fight. We had to do it. I know you didn't like it, but we had to do it. We had to do it. For this scene right here. Emporio uses weather report. Oxygen poisoning, Eric.
Right.
It doesn't matter if time's accelerating, you'll just die quicker.
Right.
Because every human has to breathe oxygen. Therefore, you will die because the oxygen poisoning.
Why doesn't Emporio die?
Because one, Pucci goes as fast as the universe is speeding up, so he will die faster.
Right.
Because he gets more poison
He's
faster.
breathing.
He's also getting
Also-
squashed at the same time.
Also, he's getting punched in the face a lot.
Right.
Also, Emporio is a child. And he's like lower on the ground or some bullshit. There's some science
Maybe
there.
his capacity's less.
I don't think they showed it in the anime, but in the manga, like when he's pushing down with weather report, like on Pucci's face, he actually like explodes Pucci's face at the end. So he kind of like just kills him.
It kind of does
Yeah.
that in anime a little bit. Doesn't actually explode, but
He does the aura.
Right.
Punches him in the face. Jotaro Steve plays because he inherited that Joestar will, Eric. And then the universe restarts again, Eric. and the music plays, and the ant falls from the sky.
Yes, the
Eric.
ant.
The ant lives.
The ant lives.
He survived.
Shout out earlier in the part where Pucci tries to kill an ant,
Right.
and he fails because the ant survives. That's speculation, but you know everyone says it's canon.
Not confirmed. Same ant.
Not confirmed the same ant, but
It's a descendant.
Okay.
It's a descendant.
so
He inherited the will.
the universe has restarted again, okay? And Emporio is outside the prison. He is free. They're all free, Eric.
Now we get to the Hail Mary move.
All right. He sees Hermes asking to split cash because the bus driver won't accept the 50 or whatever. All right.
Does the manga hold on revealing her face as long as the anime does, or is that
Yes.
revealed? Okay.
Yeah.
The car pulls up, Eric. Who's there but Pimp Anastasia?
Shout out Pimp Man.
He's got the pimp hat. He's got the pimp jacket.
Right.
All right. Emporio doesn't know what the
It's
fuck's
kind of
going on.
implied that they're both bums though,
No, they're just on a road
because they
trip.
don't have enough money to pay for the petrol.
They're
or
just
whatever.
young kids on a road trip,
Right.
Eric. They're in love. They're gonna get married soon.
So is the Joestar family not
The
wealthy?
Joestar family is free of the curse of Dio.
Okay.
The car door opens, or the car window rolls down. It's Jolene, now known as Irene. She wants to give this kid some kindness, Eric. Who is this kid? Gives her the sweater. You see the Joestar birthmark.
It's,
Right?
it's
And
Jolene.
the ending is playing, Eric.
Right.
What's it called, Dream? What's the song called?
Distant dream.
Distant
Distant
Dream.
dreamers.
Emporio starts crying. My name's Emporio. And then they get in the car, they drive off, Eric.
Weather report.
Weather report. And then the ultimate master stroke. Roundabout plays. End of the part. You get all of them. They added FF because she wasn't there in the fucking manga.
Right.
And then the ending, you get to see all the parts. The Joestar legacy, Eric. They are free of the curse of Dio. They can live their own destiny now. They can live their own fate.
Now,
Because they are free from this curse.
I was discussing this with Christian the other night.
Yeah.
This is not a derogatory term in any way. There's no hatred or negative vibes going on
Yeah.
with this statement. Araki pulled the ultimate emotional play and saved this part. Because, Christian, you think the Joestar legacy is over. You think all the parts I wasted my time.
No.
Dio won, they all lose. How could Araki do this? What is this nonsense? And then Christian, he saves it.
It says no, they had the ultimate W.
They ultimately win. And the implication is, Christian, the Joestars live.
That's right.
And they win.
The Joestars lived, but they don't have the curse,
Right,
and they're
right.
not JoJo's
They're truly
because
free.
they don't have the JoJo naming conventions. You
So,
can't
yeah.
say JoJo with Jolene anymore.
So Araki,
'Cause she's Irene now.
Araki destroys the legacy
That's right.
Yes.
and then brings it back even better.
And
the
that's what he's going
ending,
to do with
exactly.
part 7.
Right.
And that's exactly his plan with part 7. Now, do we have to go to the Iraqi interview where he basically admits this? He's like, yeah, part 6 was shit. I had to do something, and I did it.
So even Araki admits
He
it.
did. He
Yeah.
did say his creative mind was that was reaching his limit in part 6, so he needed a reset. He did say that.
He basically admitted it wasn't good. Alright, he's basically admitted that.
Now,
And then Iraqi pulled it off, Eric. Is this not the ultimate masterstroke of genius?
it's a master play, and only a genius like Araki, Christian, can save a horrific mess that this part was.
But Eric, it all adds up. It all adds up. The characters add up.
It all adds up.
The ending adds up. There's no nonsense here. It was all leading towards this ultimate plan
I'm
from
just
heaven.
talking about
It
pace.
doesn't come out of nowhere.
It's a retrospect. It's a retrospect play for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, like, I don't have any issues with the theming or the characters and all that stuff.
Yeah.
My major issues are the pace.
Story economy.
The pace,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the fights, and the convoluted, arbitrary nature of this whole series dialed up to infinity in this part.
I would say, is part 4 got the same kind of mystery
I feel
shit
like
going on?
I feel like most parts. I feel like most parts have what Eric is saying.
Yeah, no, Eric. If you
You
think
you'll
if you
always
think-
get your arbitrary moments.
We had a guy, an old man, drinking piss,
That's true.
and
Talk
has
about
some
feng
kind of
shui.
feng shui situation going
Yeah.
on. And also the dragon
Eric-
eats the arm and then shoots it out.
Eric, we've been through this before. There's a lot of bullshit going on with these
Right. We had a
stands.
man who had weather abilities who had a rainbow subliminal messaging which turned people into snails.
Correct.
Which created a whole chase sequence to get to the fight. And there were also snail-eating bugs that were eating them as well.
Yes.
So we have 2 time clocks at this situation
Yes.
for a reason. And then we had the whole
But
blind
Eric-
thing with the... And he's like...
But Eric, let me ask you a question.
What?
What do you think about the ant?
And it works.
That's what matters.
Right.
It's just not the greatest ending of all time.
Well, stories usually live and die by their ending.
That's true.
And if you're a big fan of a series and there's a shit ending, you're gonna cope forever.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, fucking, the tuning exams are good.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah. Do you remember Itachi? Yeah.
Right, yeah. Itachi's raw.
A good ending is better than is good if you have a bad middle as well. Then it's fine. But if you have a bad ending and a good middle, then people will still complain.
You need the goated ending.
Araki
You need to
pulled
go
off.
to the ending.
You need to land the plane. You need to take off at the plane, and you need to land the
See,
plane.
Eric, let me explain part 6 to you.
Go on.
Araki is in a bullshit shitty plane. He's trying to take off. He barely takes off. He's in the air.
Right.
Engine explodes.
Yeah.
Right? First engine explodes.
Thunderstorm, engine explodes.
Another engine
And
explodes.
a bird flies into the jet.
Yeah, and the engine explodes.
Right.
The other engine explodes. The tail falls off.
Right.
He's in a full tailspin. Nothing can save this plane.
Right.
But Eric, he lands the plane anyway. And is that not...
On
what it-
time.
and
Lands
it-
a plane on time. No one did.
And is that what not a genius is? When everything is going wrong, you pull out of the
No
bag.
doubt, alright. Araki's the only man who can write pure nonsense.
That's right.
And pull it off.
That is true.
Like, how many times he's gonna record shit and not say anything? And then everyone's just like, alright. Like the whole Josuke pushing the car thing.
Let's not get into
It's like,
that.
No,
Let's
no,
get
that was
into
not a
that.
retcon. That was not a
Let's not get
retcon.
into that.
Well, the
We're not
whole
doing
the infinite
That
amount
is not a
the
retcon.
infinite amount of standing consistencies going on here.
There's a lot going on.
Right.
There's a lot going on. We don't have to get into the Josuke debate because that's a heavily debated topic
Heavily
in the
contested
community,
debate,
right? Heavily contested issue.
No, the man is bizarre as a word, Christian.
He's a bizarre man.
But he does what he wants.
The man is 60 and he's gonna start a new 10-year part. This man is manga. Without manga, he is nothing.
This start in 2 weeks, is that true?
Starts in February 17th.
February.
A
Where
month.
did I hear 2 weeks from? What's going on in 2 weeks?
There's probably some event,
Okay.
some reveal, but gonna start up in another month.
Part 6 ratings.
1 month and a half.
Christian. What do we give?
See,
give
I
9
have
out of
to go
10.
back. I have to go back to when I first read this. Alright.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm gonna base it off of.
I watched the part 4 anime,
Okay.
and then I read part 5,
And you were confused.
and I was hyped as fuck.
Right.
Requiem comes out.
Were these a good translation?
These were the quality colored versions of the quality. Alright? I only read the quality.
I did not have that luxury,
I
unfortunately.
read the quality. I'm like, this part's goated. Then that part starts 6. I start part 6, Eric. I'm thinking maybe read too much, Jojo. Maybe I'm a little burnt out about this. All these stand fights, kind of lame. I'm kind of, maybe I'm getting
You've
burnt
written
out.
it like 9 times, being like, what the fuck is
Yeah, I'm
happening?
like, alright.
Right.
I move on. I'm like, alright. Jolene's cool. I'm enjoying Jolene more than Jono. Because Jolene actually has a character. Jono's just raw hype. Jono's just raw hype. And we appreciate raw hype here, Eric.
Right.
We do. Do you appreciate raw hype?
Of course.
Alright? We appreciate raw hype here. But Jolene has a character. She grows. She becomes the Joestar Willow. And then I'm like, we get by the prison and I'm starting to get hyped. I'm starting to get more interested. I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more.
Right.
And then Sea Moon comes out. I'm like, what is going on, Eric? Also, you can't forget the little sprinkling of the Dio flashback to keep you hooked. Right?
Araki knows what he's doing.
The Dio flashbacks. Come on.
If Deer's involved, I'm listening.
That's right. And then, Eric,
There we go.
we get to that insane ending. And I cannot believe what I just read.
Right.
I'm like, what is going on?
Okay.
Who is this man? Who is this
Did
man?
you go on
Araki?
wiki pages, you go on Reddit, trying to figure out what's
That's
going on?
I had to go on Reddit.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Okay.
All right, and then I read the explanation. I'm like, I get it. All right, I understand what happened. Is this not? I'm thinking to myself. Is part 6 better than part 5 after I read this ending? That's what I'm thinking. Because that ending is so good.
It is.
That it raises the entire part.
Hang on. Don't forget part 5's ending.
Part 5's ending is great.
And then the kiss on the ring cruise ship.
Eric, part 5 has a great ending.
Right.
I'm not going to deny that. But part 6 ending is better.
Great ending. It does not compare to part 6's ending though.
I don't know.
For me.
The Requiem's hype. And then Jojo being the
Requiem is
gangster when Mr. opens the window.
We have to be fair with this part, Eric. It's a good part. Not the
Anyway.
best part.
Right.
Because that goes to part 7. And everyone knows that.
Right.
Everyone with a brain knows that.
I feel like there's this collective Jojo cope that part 8 is like mid, but no one wants to say anything.
It's not mid.
Right.
It's not mid.
It's just-
it's like
it
top
just-
3 part.
It just has like a few mysteries they didn't answer because he's saving of part 9. That's why
And the
people are
villain-
mad.
I mean, he's done that 100 times. I
Villain-
don't know why people are upset.
Villain
I
kind of
know, he
sucks
does,
too.
eh?
But
The Tora, you know.
Okay.
But
you know,
I remember you waiting for the villain to turn up.
see, part 8 has such great reveals. Because Araki I've explained this to you before.
Okay.
In part 8, Araki throws the ball about 5 years. It's just traveling for 5 years. Like, when is this going to be revealed? It's building up, it's building up, it's building up. You're like, when are we going to answer these questions? And then the ball comes back fucking 5 years later and he's explained it all and it's perfect. There's just some mastermind shit going on in part 8, Eric. Mastermind shit.
like part 8 was
Let me
steel
ask-
bar run level until like the last 20 chapters.
Let me ask you a specific question.
Yeah.
Is Araki falling back into his old traps in part 8?
No.
Is
There's no
part
traps.
7 too clean, too raw, too good?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say
No,
Araki's falling
I'd say
into all
the-
traps
the-
in part 8.
Yeah,
No.
I think they're very different still.
Different
I'd say
style.
they're like even better.
Is part 8 more of a slice of life? Is that what I kind of understand?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's like a part 4 kind of style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
yeah, that's
we're
good.
talking about part 6 here, Eric.
Give me a rating.
Part 6, 8 out of 10.
Sen?
I'm gonna go 8.5 to a 9
Yeah.
for me. My second
say?
favorite part.
Me. Halfway through the batch, it was rough.
It was rough. I'm looking at
I'm like,
David
this-
Pro also kind of fucked it up.
Right. I'm like,
Alright.
max, this is a 5
Yeah.
out of 10 at the moment.
Okay.
The ending listed to a 7 out of 10.
There you go.
7 out
There
of
you go.
10, part 6.
Will you admit that it's the goat ending? Have you ever seen any ending so good?
It is pretty good. I do like part 5 quite a bit. But the part 6 ending is a miracle.
Overall, I would say part 5 is a better production.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on David production this
Yeah.
time. Something's changed.
I mean,
I feel like
they
they-
Fire Force. They
It's
pulled
got
out
it's
all
got to been in
stuff.
the Netflix stuff. It's got to been the Netflix.
But,
stuff.
like-
They probably gave them a time limit though. That's
Yeah,
why.
maybe. I feel like there's some shortcuts going on here.
Yeah, David Pro wasn't
Maybe.
wasn't on that game. What is it? As was that game.
Because it's
But
not
they
like
were part
I
5.
don't think the costumes are more complex.
But
than
also,
part
like,
5.
part 5 is like Japan's favorite part, so they probably fucking got everyone to work on it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They probably
that
set all
the
the
part of Finding Gold,
classic.
iconic song.
We're gonna talk about that new
Golden
opening.
Ring.
We didn't talk about that.
Heaven's
last
Falling
opening.
Down also goaded.
The songs,
That's my
the
favorite
songs are
opening
okay.
now.
The final episode
I mean,
opening.
Final version.
Again,
though.
legacy play.
Yeah, but the music is actually better.
Yeah, the music is better. I'll give you that.
And it fits the visuals. Remember, you didn't. That was your complaint last time.
yeah,
first
it's good. It's good.
Do you think the people who do the openings could pull off part 7 of CG?
Yes. Well, don't go crazy with them.
Like
We
the
don't
opening
need
or-
crazy amount of
The
money.
opening 3D people. Not the fucking episode 3D people. The opening 3D people.
Oh.
Could they pull it
No,
off?
I don't think it would fit. I don't think it would fit.
They always do it
For
in every
openings,
part,
it's
though.
fine.
Yeah, every part.
They do a little bit of CG in every part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but what
Six
I'm saying
definitely
is
had
that-
the
It's
most.
okay. It's fine. They got a long time in the opening. They can actually do it properly. That they don't have like there's
Yeah.
not in the episodes. That's fine.
But what I'm saying is the models look good, the effects look good, it all it works.
The composition's good. Yeah. Compositing's all good. Part 6 is the ultimate landing the plane miracle. Araki pulled it off. That's undeniable. Araki pulled it off.
Eric.
But it was brutality after the second batch. It was looking grim. Like Christian told me to hold on.
I told you to hold on. Was I wrong?
The only thing that was really working after the second batch was like Jolene's a cool character.
Exactly. Jolene carries the first half.
I mean,
Jolene carries.
Yeah. Shout out Jolene. But Eric, next time we talk about Jojo,
long time.
will be part 9.
Part 9.
We're gonna mention part 9 on the show every time it comes out.
Now what's going on? Am I catching up, or are we still doing the same thing?
You catch up, though, please.
It's gonna take you a long fucking time to catch up because part 7 and 8 are very long.
It's gonna take even longer for you to wait.
But it's gonna take even longer for you to wait. But Eric, we've talked
gonna be an
about
old man.
Conservative estimate on part 7. When's it coming out?
2025. At the earliest. Earliest 2025.
Ooh, 2025.
Because David Pro
Yeah,
just picked up
yeah.
Undead Unlock. It could be a big hit.
What is wrong with these people?
Undead Unlock very popular, Eric.
Just do Jojo. Stop wasting my time.
Yeah,
We're gonna wait 9 years between each
it's
part.
gonna be like 2025.
They're also doing another Fire Force season.
Just give it a trigger or something. Fuck David. They kind of fumbled part 6.
Okay. Just like Iraqi,
Give it to
Eric.
someone
Just
else.
like Iraqi, Eric. They pulled it off in
Give it to
one
someone.
minute.
Give it to someone else.
Okay.
The biggest test will
Who's
be
gonna
if the
do
next
the
part is
horses,
not
Christian?
Netflix. If the next part is not Netflix, then we'll know that if it was Netflix's
I
part
think
fault or not.
Stan, I think Netflix is getting out of anime. I think they know it's kind of.
You think they're gonna get it again?
Yeah, a lot of stuff's been dropped.
Do you know there's a fucking Dragon Age anime on Netflix?
Yeah, they went in deep.
Dragon Age.
Yeah, Dragon Age.
They went in deep.
Like the game?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh.
You talking about Dota? Or you talking about Dragon?
No, Dragon Age.
There's Dota as well.
There's all these animes.
Anyway, they
yeah.
went in deep on anime for a few years. I think they're getting out of it. So
Yeah, because anime fans just pirate it anyway, so like, why they
yeah,
bother?
then no
Yeah.
one's watching it.
Anyway, Eric, we've had the question of do you believe in gravity? And Eric said no.
No, I don't believe in gravity. I'm no way. I will not accept fate.
But Eric, Araki, you don't understand Araki's message, Eric.
Araki's message is stupid.
Araki, it's man's struggle against fate.
Against death.
Against death, the
He's
ultimate
talking
fate.
about death. He's not talking about fate.
Well, yeah, everyone's fated to die.
Right.
Yeah. So
So do I believe in gravity? Is do you believe in death?
you can fulfill and control your own life
But you'll
until
die.
fate hits.
Right.
And when fate hits, it's over. All right. But until then,
Eric, the main point
you
of
can have the
gravity. The main point of gravity is no matter what your fate is, good or bad, as long as you have the righteous heart, that's all that matters.
That's right, Eric.
That's all that matters.
It's just like the sun god Nika.
It's not like the sun.
It's
God
exactly
Nika.
like
It's
the sun-
actually not like the sun god Nika.
Good things will happen to you, bad things will happen to you, but you gotta keep that righteous golden heart.
You gotta keep the
That
golden
golden wind.
road. The golden. Stay golden. Can you not understand this?
Stay golden.
I understand.
As long as you stay
I
golden,
understand.
that's all that matters.
I understand the point.
Eric,
How can you not agree with that?
I don't agree with his convoluted, arbitrary description of fate. He's trying to eat his cake and have it too. All right.
It's the
I
battle.
don't like it.
It's the battle between the Joestars and the Brando family. The
I know.
bloodlines.
I'm fine. It's fine.
All right. But Eric, the new question will be: do you have the will to take the first napkin?
Yes.
Do you?
Of course. I'm always the man that takes the first napkin.
But do you have the respect? Do
Of
you have the
course,
respect?
I have the respect because I'm at the head of the table.
Shut up, part 7 in the golden speech.
Is that speech on a round table or is that a normal?
It's a round table.
Okay, it's a round table.
All right, Eric,
Because it wouldn't really work on a square table.
Well, Eric, we're talking about the will of the nation, Eric. We're talking about freedom.
With Valentine.
We're talking about
Society.
society, Eric. We're going high level in part 7, Eric.
What?
All right.
Economy.
Idealism, economy. There's a lot of economy talk. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of economy talk.
I like economy.
Alright.
I like economy, Christian.
So, of course,
Braga might like part 7 as well. He's a man of means.
that's right. So, shout out Jojo. Part 6 is over.
It's over.
The original timeline is over. For those asking, no, part 7 does not take place in the second
I don't
universe.
know why, but whatever.
It does not. I guess Araki just wanted a blank slate. I don't want this bullshit. Get it out of here. Alright, he's done. Unless Irene turns up in part 9 And it was confirmed all along. But we don't know that. He said no, but he might not be no.
No, we
You
saw
know?
the family tree. Or we already saw the family tree. She can't.
I'm sure we'll get into Giorno in the.
She could be the illegitimate child of Joseph.
I guess, yeah. That's true.
So,
I mean, is Joseph still fucking around all over the place?
Yes.
He's the kind of that guy.
he's that guy. He will be
that is
eternally
true.
that guy.
Right.
That's eternally him.
Yeah.
All right. What's next, Christian? Shanks?
We're moving on to How Strong is Shanks, Eric.
Jesus Christ.
How strong is Shanks? Every week, we come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest. Shanks is the God King, Eric. But, there are people out there who still think Carter's the strongest. How is this possible? How is this possible?
I don't think anyone actually still thinks it.
We'll see it in the top 30s very soon.
Very soon.
There are people out there who think sweatiest man on the planet.
Okay, no.
The man behind the desk. The man
Paperwork.
The man asking where Kizaru went.
The man's sweaty about Luffy.
The Nico, how can you not be sweaty? Is the strongest. And these people are ridiculous, Eric. What are they thinking? The man pushing too many pencils is the strongest? I don't think so.
Okay.
Just like how Naruto became an absolute bum after he became Hokage because of the paperwork.
Right.
So will Akainu.
Paperwork defeats
The
all.
paperwork defeats all, Eric. Right?
Very strong.
There are some people out there who think Blackbeard is the strongest.
False.
Right? And we'll address them next week when we talk about the Job Festa announcement. Because this fraudulence already started, Eric. And next year...
We'll talk about next week.
Next year's going to be a battleground.
Battle Royale.
And we're going to have to fight it,
Battle
Eric.
Royale.
We're going to have to fight. Alright? Next year's going to be
I think it's
non-stop
the
attacks.
statement's so obvious. I don't know. Whatever. We'll talk
We'll talk about it next week. Alright? They're wrong, they're incorrect. There are people out there who think Mihawk's the strongest. And they are the classic sword suckers. Alright? The classic sword suckers. They like Bleach, and they went over from Bleach, they came to One Piece, and that's who they are.
They want Zoro to be stronger than Luffy.
And they're worst of them all, the people who think I'm the strongest.
Right.
Worst of them all. But they're wrong, they're incorrect. And every week we come with 100% factual information to the table, Eric. Shanks is so strong that he's the only one who could have stopped Pucci. Because Shanks is so fast. He's faster than the universe resetting as shown in Film Red against Kizaru.
Faster than light.
Faster than light. FTL, as King Lightning would say. Shanks is stronger, Shanks the God King. Now moving on to the Thunderdome. No, to the topic of the show, Eric.
What do we got?
The absolute classic Jojo debate of all time, Eric. Would you agree, Sen? This is the classic Jojo debate.
This is a classic debate. Classic.
Golden...
There's also a third. There's a third stand that people put into this, but we won't talk about that.
The canon one or
We
the
won't talk
non-canon
about
one? The
canon,
canon one?
the
The
canon.
canon one? Okay.
Yeah. The canon.
Topic of the show.
The non-canon one, that's just too busted.
Yeah. Alright. Dio Beyond Heaven doesn't count. Alright? Eric. We have Golden Wind Requiem versus Made in Heaven. Who wins this fight?
Who you got, son?
I want to hear your thoughts first.
Alright. My thoughts is Requiem.
Why?
Okay.
Because I believe Jotaro, I believe Jojo could mastermind some kind of animal play, Christian.
That's true.
Because we know animals aren't affected by time, death. So he could somehow formulate some kind of play with the light beam creation
Derek.
of animals and somehow poison Pucci and win.
Now, with the acceleration of time, could Giorno not create an animal that evolves so fast?
The beetle.
The snake that evolved the cure to the poison of Fugo's stand.
Would an animal not evolve to because thousands of years of evolution, Christian. Would an animal not evolve to take out Pucci?
Maybe.
And of course, Requiem, Jono cannot die.
You will never arrive at the truth.
So he cannot be attacked in any way.
But can he die from environmental damage?
You talk about oxygen poison.
We're talking about
fire.
Volcanoes. We're talking about all kinds of things. Can he die from...
how is Pucci controlling any of that?
He just keeps on resetting until it happens by chance.
I think Jono gets it done via animal manipulation. Not necessarily stand power.
Okay.
Because that's Jono's bread and butter, Christian.
Derek,
Pucci's fighting a lion, Christian. Pucci doesn't know Jono's
Derek,
ability.
did you
He
forget...
goes in with a spear, Pucci kills himself.
The reflection
But
damage.
Pucci could beat a lion.
Yeah, but
Yes,
that's the point, Sen.
The one time Jono used the reflect damage
To reflect
technique.
damage animals.
The reflect damage technique.
Ah, smart.
The reflect
So as
damage
soon
technique.
as Jono spawns like a scorpion, and Pucci goes to stab it with a knife, he's dying. Because Pucci doesn't know the ability.
The one time...
And Jono has all excuses. Jono has all the benefit of the doubt because Requiem acts by itself.
That's true.
So Jono wins.
Beyond time.
I solved the question. I'm not even in the community.
There, Sen, explain the conundrum.
So there's two different aspects to this. One is not even talking about GOAT experience, but the Requiem part.
Right.
Well, we don't know too much about the actual ability, right? We have like the stand description in the manga, which is it
Absolute zero.
any direct
Yeah.
absolute zero. Any direct attack will be nullified and turned to zero. This
Yes.
also nullifies and turns your willpower into zero, and you die an infinite death.
Yes.
Now, with Pucci, the argument is for the Made in Heaven people. They say, well, Made in Heaven is technically not a direct attack at all.
Right.
It's indiscriminate and just speeds up time,
But Jono doesn't.
and it
die
doesn't
with the time
actually
speed.
attack. Exactly, he
that's
doesn't.
why I was, but that's why I was saying environmental damage.
Does anyone ever bring up the animals in this argument, or does that never get?
No
anywhere?
one really brings up the animals.
That's the
in this
whole.
argument.
That's the whole key to the victory. What do you mean?
So that's why we're past.
It's always about the Made in Heaven part.
That's not what. Do you not see
Now-
my point though? That Jono could just spawn animals to deal with Pucci.
But now there's also a side that says that Pucci can actually indiscriminately use Made in Heaven to age people as well, like he did with like the eggs with the chicks. But Pucci doesn't do that.
that wasn't made in
Pucci
heaven,
doesn't
though.
do
That was
that.
like a weird
That
half
was
thing.
that was
like
a
a weird,
that was
a
a-
weird thing.
that was the beginning of Sea Moon, right?
Right.
And Sea Moon's gravity controls time. It's the whole interlink,
But
right?
Simu's gone.
Sea Moon is gone, but he still has the control from time from Made in
He
Heaven.
doesn't have gravity. There's no sense of gravity.
Eric, what do you think about no animals fast enough to keep up with Pucci?
The dolphin. That's false.
But if the dolphin went
In its
for an
own
attack,
in its home territory though.
Can Jono just make sharks?
but if a shark went to attack Pucci, Pucci would instantly see that coming and just fuck destroy it.
And then reflect it. He
Like,
gets
the reflect-
reflect. The
the
reflected.
reflect
It's
damage.
over. It's over.
So the reflect damage is the key to this.
Although, doesn't Diavolo squash a scorpion? Nothing happens to him. Or no, he
Yes.
cuts off his hand. No, he does.
Well, he shoots it with a laser beam. Eric.
No, so yeah, in the anime he actually made a mistake. In the anime, he crushed the scorpion and killed the scorpion, but there was no reflect. But in the manga, he specifically cuts that portion of his hand
Right,
and doesn't actually attack
squash.
the scorpion.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and doesn't squash. Yeah.
The reflection wins this fight, Christian. The ability used once wins the
Twice.
fight.
Yeah. The reflection wins
Pucci-
because even if he doesn't attack the animal and he goes for Giorno, then Requiem activates because of that.
Yeah, Requiem protects Jono at all costs from any attack. So
Now people are saying
Solved.
Pucci can speed up whatever he wants. It's all limited to people. It's all limited to just
I
environment.
thought all natural life wasn't affected.
Yeah, but people bring up the eggs.
That's like some weird, like I'm evolving situation.
Yeah.
And were the eggs alive, Christian?
It's
Is
usually if you want to include Sea Moon in it as well.
But
That's usually what
this
people
is
say.
a question of the eggs, right? Because are the eggs actually alive? This would turn into a whole when does life begin debate.
Chicken or the egg.
Right. The whole
Literally.
when does life begin? When is Will born?
That's right.
All these things.
Now, Eric, one aspect of this is if Pucci can control what he speeds up and what he doesn't speed up, why does he not just kill the Joestars or Emporio with this?
Exactly. So false.
So he can't speed up time on living creatures,
Right.
but he can speed up himself. He goes as fast as how time is speeding up.
Well, he's going at his time.
So if Pucci's going ridiculously fast, right, and he did a punch, would that not create such a shockwave that it would instantly destroy Giorno?
Requiem.
Yeah, but him just moving, there's no will involved. Him just going at his speed.
Requiem.
The sonic waves.
No, Requiem.
Wait, he says Requiem.
I've never seen such sonic waves, by the way.
Well, you know.
I haven't seen any waves.
The splashing of the water, it's there. The force of him moving is
Giorno
there.
would pull some bullshit where he carves himself in, like, microscopic ants, and when Pucci touches him, he explodes.
Yeah.
Because Giorno's that kind of man.
Okay.
Giorno's not some meathead that goes in for a swing.
No.
He sets up, he plays.
Okay.
Giorno wins. I just solved the
Alright.
issue.
There you go. Giorno wins.
See, this is why you need the true battle master in these questions. Because no one remembers the abilities. No one has the imagination to actually interlock these abilities together.
Alright.
And Eric, if you play the game
Right.
and you activate Made in Heaven, and Giorno activates Gold Experience Requiem, it negates the Made in Heaven in the game.
There you go. That's evidence.
That's evidence. That's evidence. That's evidence.
Solve the 10-year debate, Christian. Right
Alright. Now we're gonna move on to topic of to the Thunderdome.
here. Another power scaling debate. Who we got this week, mate?
We got the two frauds, Eric.
Two frauds.
We got Dragon, and we got Fujitora.
Oof.
The two frauds.
I got nothing of Dragon still. So, what do you scale Dragon at? Is he above or below Emeralds?
See, I used to put him. I used to put him as like my top one, but not anymore. He's just too much of a fraud.
But what about after that little flashback that came on with that high panel?
Nah, not even that. It's not doing it.
People put
I
him
don't even
around
know where I'd
Akian
put him.
level, so theoretically above the Admirals.
Yeah,
So he kind of.
I want to still put. I still put him above the Admirals for me.
And
but-
can gravity affect air? Yes, theoretically, but how's Oda gonna do it?
Yeah. So
And he
There's a lot of cope involved.
can like Fujitora coat Haki into his gravity attacks.
Eric, do you think Dragon will get oxygen poisoning?
No, because his lungs were. Logias are weird.
No, will he give Fujitora oxygen poisoning?
No, he will not, because this is One Piece, and he will just go for Dragon Claws and air
Yeah, he's
cannons.
not gonna do that.
Yeah.
People forget about the air cannon in Great Terminal.
I
People
don't know
don't
how.
remember that.
I don't know how.
It's the only attack. And
He's the
people
only
don't
attack he's ever
remember
done.
it. Right.
Alright. Well, you could maybe claim Logtown
Lightning,
with the wind knocking away everyone.
With the lightning.
the green lightning,
The green
the
wind.
green wind. Yeah, the green wind.
Yeah.
How can you forget?
So, just based off hype alone,
You gotta give it to, like, you have to give it to
you have to
Dragon.
give it to Dragon.
It's
'cause, like-
unfortunate for Fujitora.
Fujitora, like, he's alright. He's an admiral. He's got the clout. He's got the observation haki.
He's gonna do some stupid things when he's on the Alliance side.
Sure.
Yeah.
He'll actually get to do shit when he's go.
He's on the Alliance side. Oh, he's got Conquerors. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
But what
we'll have to
about
give the-
Fujitora versus Sea Moon? The ultimate gravity
Gravity
battle.
versus gravity. I feel like Fujitora just has better gravity
I
control.
feel like he's a One Piece character and just a one-shot Pucci, regardless.
They both got the sideways gravity though.
That's true. But like Fujitora can like
So-
throw his gravity, and Pucci has to like.
Don't you have to
punch
have a
it.
stand to see stands?
Spiritual energy. Observation haki. You could probably see stands.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll equalize that part just so.
Yeah.
Classic like Bleach shit.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
even see Ichigo.
Yeah, you can't see Ichigo. He's a spirit. Okay.
Alright.
Bro. There you go. You have to give the dragon.
Dragon wins. Questions.
Dragon wins.
How many questions?
A few questions.
What the fuck? We got a paragraph.
This is a paragraph here. From Armin Skrill, do you subscribe to the idea that the ant Pucci killed is the same ant we see at the end? Yes, you have to.
What are we calling this ant, Christian? What's the
I
community name?
subscribe to the Descendant. The Descendant.
The
The
ant.
descendant, yeah.
Because
The Descendant.
how could Rocky not imply this? Not infer this.
Some kind of metaphor.
Yeah. From Bindle, here's a question for you, Eric. Oh, you know what that question is?
Something about Jojo.
Do you believe in gravity?
No.
He doesn't believe in gravity.
He still does.
Also, in terms of the original 6-part, rank your final battles from best to worst. Final battles of the parts. For me, the worst final battle is probably part 2's final battle.
He flies him into a volcano, though.
It's fucking weird. He's doing all this wacky shit. Kind of Hammond doesn't really do anything. He just beats him
Grabs
with...
the plane out of
Dio
nowhere.
Jotaro is iconic.
Of course.
Iconic.
Part 4's good, but I don't like the ending. Is like he gets run over by an ambulance. All right,
Ironic death.
kind of. The fights. I would say the part 4 final fight's okay. I wouldn't say it's great.
So you go 2-4.
So go 2, 4, 1. Well, the final fight against Dio, part 1's good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go 2, 4, 1,
You need 3, 5, 6.
3, 5, 6.
I say 5, 3, 6. Jotaro
I
Dio,
agree with that.
iconic.
I agree with that. Because in part 3, there's weirdness with like Jotaro just punching him in the leg and he dies. You know, little weirdness there. The fuck? And like the random magazines he stuffed into his outfit.
Jacket,
Yeah. Like, and Dio's too cautious and, you know,
Doesn't have the will.
no. It's like if Dio knew his fate, knew what would happen, then he could enact.
Why doesn't he just come to the conclusion that he just should be like the Joestars and have will?
Because he doesn't have it, Eric. He doesn't have that source.
He doesn't have it.
Not everyone has the
He
source.
does
Eric.
have quite a bit of sauce.
Does have a lot of, but it's all bravado. It's not real sauce.
Right.
Alright. There you go.
He-
So what was it? 2, 4, 1, 5, 3, 6?
2, 4, 1,
What?
3. I'll say 3, 5, 6.
Okay.
Even though Dio versus
Yeah.
Jotaro is very iconic, there's weirdness there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. From Dart. Thoughts on other JoJo parts before 5 because there was no JoJo show for these. Well, part 1. A good start.
Meat and potatoes.
Meat and potatoes, vampires.
Classic.
Part 2, probably
Short-
the
short and
funniest part. Yeah, part 2, probably the
Yeah.
funniest part. You got the classic Lisa.
The crew's good. I like the crew.
How can you not enjoy Lisa?
Iconic death, Caesar.
Caesar, iconic death. It's got it all. It's got the JoJo staples.
Right.
Part 3. Part 3
Nazis,
drags.
Christian. Part 2, Nazis.
Of course. Part 3 drags. The middle section of part 3 got the weird orangutan
Right.
boat. What the fuck?
Right.
You got whole horse being a meme. All types of shit, alright? Part 3
Oingo
drags a
boingo.
little bit. Part 4 is slice of life for 50% of it, and then it gets good. You know?
Yep.
Okay.
And then you got, you know, we've already discussed 5 and 6.
Right.
So there you go. From Chris D. JoJo lands to begin in 2 months. Gonna have Eric read part 7 and 8 so you guys could do the monthly
Not a chance
JoJo
in
episode
hell.
of part 9. Eric's not reading it.
Yes. Do it,
Eric,
Eric.
How many chapters?
Eric, if Mr. Walsh recommends it, will you read it?
No, how many chapters?
It's 100 and it's monthly.
So it's like 200 chapters.
So it's like 300 chapters.
Yeah, we're on 95 chapters. Yeah. Oh well, no, the first 25
I
are
only
weekly.
committed to Chainsaw Man because I could get it out of the way in one day, which I did.
Yeah, you can't get part 7 and 8 done in one day.
No.
It's not possible.
Not 7, yeah. You get 7 done in like maybe 2-3 days though.
I'll blast it.
I'll pass on that.
You gotta blast it.
Yeah.
I'll pass on that, thank you.
Eric, for Breezy Bird, rank the Joe Stars, and it is a $2 donation. Alright, rank the Joe Stars. Number 1, or bottom of the list. I mean, you gotta put Jonathan at the bottom of the list. He's just a guy.
He's
You
just
know?
a guy.
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's not super amazing either. He's just
For
a guy.
me, Josuke, because he's also just a guy. Alright?
Interesting.
Because Josuke, he's kind of just there, you know.
Yeah,
he's got a few fights. It's mainly, you know, about other characters like Kokyoin gets too much screen time. Why the fuck does this kid get so much screen time? So it's a lot of questions, Eric.
Okay.
A lot of questions in part 4. Then it's probably Jotaro, then Jono. Are we doing all the parts or just the 6?
Jonathan, yeah.
Yes, it's Jonathan
the
first.
anime ones.
What about
Just the anime, Eric. And
you
the final
mentioned
one,
part 2. What's his fucking name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Where'd you say put
Joseph? Joseph, hilarious, great character, memorable character.
Right.
He also gets a lot of screen time in part 3 as well.
Yeah.
So you go Jono, Joseph, and then the final Jolene. She just has the most character growth, and she does the most in her own part. Because all the other characters aren't really the main character.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know, you got Paul now,
Bruno.
you got Zepedy,
Right.
you got Caesar, you know.
What's he the same donation?
And another donation, Eric. Rank the villains.
Dio top always.
Well, do we count part 1 Dio different from part 3 Dio?
Just Dio.
I combine them.
Combine them.
It's a saga.
Yeah.
Alright. So we go number 1.
Main villains. We're not doing all the stands. Here.
No, main villains. Number 1
Yeah.
is Dio. Number 2, Kira.
I put Pucci number 2.
Number 3, Pucci.
Diavolo is good until he's revealed.
Diavolo's like he's
cool. He's good until he's actually revealed.
yeah.
Diavolo's
like,
best aspect was his
Mystery.
his
mystery.
Doppio relationship.
Yeah.
and the mystery before he's discovered.
Yeah.
So then that. So yeah.
I still
number
put him
one,
there. He's
Dio.
better than Cars. So.
Cars is weird as fuck. Cars
is
is last one.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's villain ranks. All right, you happy?
Yeah.
All right.
Questions, Christian.
Questions. Back to the questions. From Darko Plex. Sanji is this episode versus King and Queen was insane. Try putting some respect on my boy. He gets bodied. I don't know what this respect is.
Right.
He doesn't do anything. He just like
I
tries
didn't
to
watch
fight
it.
King and Queen and gets bodied.
Okay. Is that
He
it?
doesn't get a hit. He like flies around with he's just dodging, trying to avoid them. Doesn't do shit. I don't know why this is respect. Whatever.
Is he fighting
Sanji
Queen
fa-
yet?
Yeah, he's in that middle stage where Zora's like about to get up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stay.
Oh, when he holds both of them off for him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Chris D. Part 6 has the most ridiculous way of winning in this fight out of all the parts. Making a new character to vacuum up Bohemian Rhapsody, hiding inside memories to survive escape. Yeah, we know. We watched it. You don't have to recap the season.
It's got odd abilities for sure.
It's all very creative, but also the greatest leaps in logic of all the JoJo parts. Yes, we know this. Araki even admits this. He was kind of at his limit of the stand abilities, and he had to reset.
Yeah.
He admitted this. We all know this. All right. It's what it is. What it is. All right. But there you go. From Jab Greek Gee. What is the status of Jotaro, Jono, and Josuke at the end of Stone Ocean? Well, they are alive and they experienced.
Is Giorno alive?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
He experienced. He knows the future.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. So,
He's still alive
Jotaro.
with Requiem. theoretically.
Josuke, yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
So-
Still maybe a gangster.
Nothing changes with them.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing
Nothing
changes.
weren't killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Pucci try to recruit Giorno, son of Dio?
That's good. That's a good point.
Does Pucci not
Did,
know?
did he know about? Did he know about them? Because he didn't know about the three sons until they were
Fated by gravity.
until they met. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then,
Now, Eric, there was actually a funny page in the manga in Requio's description. It specifically mentions that Giorno might be in Florida,
Okay.
but that's just like a meme thing that Rocky put in.
Also, shout out to Rohan getting the manga delivered on time.
Of course.
Shout
He's
out
the
Rohan.
goat. He's the goat.
He's the goat.
Self-insert characters. Love to see
Araki keeps on saying it's not. Araki said.
Oh yeah, definitely is. All right,
Araki's
alright,
like.
Araki.
Araki's like, it's not a self-insert character. It is.
Definitely not like a power trip for Araki.
Nah.
Who got it in time? Rohan. Oh. Man just literally flicks ink on the page and it fucking fills
it's done,
it.
yeah. And that's not part of his stand.
Yeah.
She's just a goat.
Right.
From Philly T, do you feel after part 6 it was a bit cheap to reset the world? No. Because it was at its end, Eric. It was fucking being held together by string and fucking tape.
And basically everyone's still there. So was it a reset?
Yeah. Erase the
It only
existence
would
of
have
every
negatively
camp before.
affected the story. It only would have been bad for the story if it kept it going.
Look, if Araki did part 7 and it was like a continuation of the universe with like Eileen and shit, it would have been weird as fuck.
Araki didn't have to have the erasure of the universe because it's not even the same universe. Part 7. He just could have started a new universe.
We can get into a little bit of part 7 nonsense, but we're not going to get into that.
I've been told it's not a part of the old timeline. So
It's not.
A little bit of something interesting going on, and
metaphysics commentary going on.
there's a lot. You'll see it when you see it, alright?
It's a new universe with homages. That's pretty much it.
There's a certain character that's a bit of a big homage, but you know, we'll get to that.
A certain man.
A certain man, Eric, as Oda would say. From Chris D. With just animated parts, I have Giorno, Jotaro, Josuke, Joseph, Jolene, and Joseph ranked in that order. What are your orders? Guy, how do you have Jolene so low?
Is it top to bottom or bottom to top?
Well, he's not going to put Jonathan
Probably top to bottom.
number 1. Why do you put Jolene so low? How is Jolene below Jotaro? Jotaro is just a guy.
Yeah, but he's big.
He's
He's
hype.
got star platinum.
He's hype. Right? But
And he can go through walls.
also, whatever. Alright? Any stat can do that in part 3, alright? Alright?
Yeah,
There you go.
I'll explain that to Eric later, bro.
From Harvest and Berry. From Harvest and Berry.
Right.
Alright? Main Heaven versus Golden Spirits. We already did that.
We already did that.
Oh,
We concluded Requiem.
Sure.
P.S. Shout out Eric for consistently having garbage Jojo takes. Keep it up, buddy.
I'm just not an Iraqi sucker. I respect the man, but
Harvest and Berry always coming after you, Eric.
he does.
He always coming after you.
That's true.
Every week he's got a question for you. From Breezy Bird.
We kind of have 3 people sucking him off.
You admitted he made the miracle landing.
You did.
From
7 out of 10 part.
it is what it is. From Breezy Bird. Eric, do you like horse racing? Are you a fan?
Neither here nor there. It can
Now,
be
Sam
fun.
does this meme shit where he says part 7's a sports anime, which is not, but
It is.
it's not. It's not a sports anime, but you know, anyway.
Is this how like the
By
Martian...
technicality. Only by
Is
technicality.
this,
Only by
is this how like the
technicality.
Martian won best comedy at the Oscars?
Yeah,
Is that
it's
what-
like, this is just a sense way of having part 7 over Haikyuu.
Right.
It's like it's the best sports anime.
Why can't he just have it over it regardless?
Because they're talking about top sports anime, Eric.
Okay.
There you go. From Awaku. What an awesome thumbnail, Eric. That's not a question. It's a
Christian
comment.
did the thumbnail. Christian does all the JoJo thumbnails.
You gotta go deep.
We'll see another one in 3 years.
Well, you gotta go deep
Right.
for the JoJo show.
Is there any hype shit in part 7?
Let me just say
Yeah, of
one
course.
word, Eric.
Right.
Love Train. Let me just say that.
Okay.
Let me also say Infinite Spin. Alright?
Okay.
Let me also say
Golden ratio.
that. Of course, Eric. The beauty in every living creature
Does
slash
he talk
every
about the
structure.
Fibonacci sequence? When he talks
Eric,
about
you
the
have
golden
no
ratio?
idea. You have no idea what Araki's cooking in part 7. Alright?
Does he talk about the Renaissance?
How many times do you think the Mona Lisa gets drawn to part 7?
So many times.
About 3 times.
Right.
Yeah. Alright, there you go. From Majid. Thoughts on the ending? Well, we kind of already talked about that, so
Right.
there you go. From Chris D. Please enlighten your viewers on why Messi is the GOAT. Well, that's a football question.
Messi has all the stats, beat the world single-handedly. There you go.
There you go. Messi the GOAT. So there it is.
No qualms. Not really a soccer fan.
From Hunter. Do you think Araki did the prison setting justice? No.
It wasn't really about the prison at all.
There's not really any real prison shit going on here anyway.
Right.
There's a little bit at the start, but not really. I mean, they can't just escape because they escape.
Well, they have broken.
The whole point of a prison setting is to escape the prison, right? Is that the whole point of the prison setting?
In every medium,
Yeah.
always.
Or like die trying, and it's like some weird sad shit
Yeah.
about accepting your fucking.
Alright, we don't have to get into
punishment
it.
for your crimes.
Alright. Also, why are all the stands fire after they leave the prison? That is true. Their stands are way better after they leave this.
It's true.
After they leave the prison.
I feel like Araki couldn't go like huge power and shit in the prison because then shit gets
Small
fucked up.
environment, yeah.
So I have to do some tricky shit.
And his last question: what was the controversial part in Pucci's flashback that was supposedly cut? The KKK.
I think he just wanted you to say that. I think he knows.
Well, Araki actually drew it, then didn't draw it or mention it.
I mean, Araki's saying it's bad, so I don't know what the problem is.
I don't know. You know how.
Yeah,
things
I
are
know.
these days.
Araki's not like, oh, look at this, so cool.
No, they're like, look at these pieces of shit.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway. And that's the Jojo show, part 6 finished. Original
Finale featuring-
Jojo universe finished.
Featuring Senator 99 Wrench.
He finally made it on the show.
Now with Facecam.
On Twitter.
If you find him on Twitch, he will be starting a Trojan X / Tokyo Ghoul YouTube channel at some point, Christian.
At some point.
He'll talk about Birdman, Tentacleman.
Bird.
That's Tokyo Ghoul, right? That's Tokyo Ghoul.
Of course, he'll get no views and have to start doing One Piece reviews.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see how those go.
No,
Never.
he could be the only Trojan X reviewer.
I feel like this is your strategy, alright? Just get Dritz on.
That's not a strategy.
Drizzt.
Yeah.
Dritz
That
is
is
not
not
a
a
big
strategy.
name.
People turn out for Dritz at least.
You gotta get Mr. Morge. You gotta get Randy Troy. Alright, you gotta get O'Hara. Alright?
Brago's a real man.
You
See,
gotta get Braga.
Brago will help you out in the first video.
but I will also be a JoJo tuber as well.
Part 9 is coming.
Part
What's
9 is
your brand? Like weird, like art, not really manga.
It's called Femboy. That's what it is.
How did-
Fanboy
what?
manga.
It's he reads the Femboy stuff.
Trojan
That's
X is just a
crazy.
shonen, and Tokyo Ghoul is basically a shonen.
It's a soft Eric. It's the classic soft
And
seinen.
JoJo's just a
Stop saying it. Stop saying it.
JoJo's
Stop
It's
saying
the
it.
also a
classic.
shonen.
It's the classic soft seinen.
He's just a shonen merchant, but he
No,
thinks
no,
he's a
no.
seinen
JoJo's
merchant.
saying it too.
Are you
JoJo's
gonna
saying
do
it.
Berserk as well? Or are you gonna keep it
no,
flamboyant?
no,
Are you
no,
gonna do? Are you gonna do?
Nah,
Are you gonna do Hunter
I don't know if
Hunter?
I'll do Berserk.
Hunter,
Maybe I'll do
Hunter.
Hunter.
No one does Hunter Hunter content.
Maybe.
I haven't seen it on the internet.
I mean, that's true.
Grand Line does it.
Anyway,
Grand Line got a whole channel about it.
he does.
Yeah, how's that
And
go?
he is also the highest rated,
Hunter
the
Hunter.
highest
There
we go.
subscribed Hunter Hunter channel. So
The man's got
he
the formula.
dominates. He dominates in 2
Anyway.
arenas.
That's another. What are you doing next week?
Top 30s.
Top 30s. Here it is. Feel
Shout
free
out,
to write your top 30s in the comments section on the community post. On
shout
Discord.
out Rob Gucci.
We will pick a few.
If you put notes in it, you have a higher chance of getting in.
Now, long-time viewers of the show know how this goes. We spent 40 minutes on Christian's list
That's true.
and 3 minutes on everyone else's. That's
Yeah,
just how it
that's
goes.
just how it is.
All right.
All right.
So he needs to give all the context.
Well, after I give all the context, there's no point explaining it twice.
Right. But there you go. Top 30s next week.
Where will the Nika land, Eric? That is the biggest question.
Where will Shanks land? That's obvious.
That's obvious. That's an obvious question. All right. But anyway,
Has Carter slept?
it's kind of
Are
slipped.
we getting a chapter next week?
No.
No. Oh, we might get a leak. We might get a leak.
Might get a leak.
I don't. Is it? No, it's not early. After
Whatever.
Christmas, it's early. Whatever.
We only go by the official releases here, son.
Yeah. Shanks is the strongest.
Shanks is Gold
So you
King.
go King. Oh, we appreciate Sen turning up.
Are you going to say the catchphrase, son?
Thank you.
or-
He's
My
normal.
catchphrase is read Trojan X.
Yeah.